Rise up in the morning, beneath the stars so bright. Pull your hat down, make sure your cinch is tight. Horse is kinda snuffy, cold chill up your spine. You'll get your ass moving, son, we're burning daylight.
Howdy there, I'm Matt McKinley and we're burning daylight.
In the saddle till the job's done right.
Welcome to Burnin' Daylight, the only podcast for the working cowboy.
God damn it, I love that song. Freaking Matt Wilson is he's a one of a kind. I love that guy.
It is a good tune.
He's that dude is so talented. Like, he's a sure enough cowhand. Like, he can rope like a son of a bitch. He's good with the horse. Sings really good, plays guitar really well, makes a hell of a bit, and he's just an all-around fucking artist. You know, like that. I sent him a text message the other day. I was watching the Reno rodeo with the family, and the barrel racing was on, you know, the classic term rocket donkey. And I was like, I sent Matt Wilson a text and I said, next time I need to give you my money, here's my idea. Wile E. Coyote strapped to a rocket donkey that's branded Acme. So just like literally a donkey with a rocket shoved up his ass, and Wile E. Coyote with a big sombrero trying to light the fuse, you know.
I like it.
So I was gonna, we were kind of shooting ideas back and forth about what to put it on, and it'd be really awesome as a horn cap or a cannel concho, but I think even better as a t-shirt or a poster, and then just brand it with the podcast, you know. So it just move your ass, we're burning daylight, and then it's Wile E. Coyote trying to light a fucking rocket on a donkey.
Yeah, I like that.
I think it'd be cool as hell. So I'm gonna see if he can draw it up for me and see where it goes. But I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah, we still need to get that t-shirt that we talked about, like that first podcast I did with you.
I know. No, you fucking didn't.
Yeah,
I still love that too. Just like,
yeah, you
didn't.
fucking can't.
No, you fucking can't. Yeah, I like that, and that's the easy one to make, is you just got to print it. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. Print it. Wear that to a Pat Pirelli concert or Pat Pirelli clinic, and watch middle-aged women lose their fucking mind.
Yeah. just know you fucking can't. Make sure it's like very legible so they can, like, big letters. No, you fucking can't. Just right down the chest. I like it. Yeah. I keep forgetting about that. I like, one of these days. Well, I guess since we're at it, we're starting a podcast network now. Like, we're gonna make sure all the Cowboy podcast can be found under our kind of umbrella here. We're gonna help try to grow and encourage other people that want to do it. But in the meanwhile, we're gonna join forces and pool resources and see if we can't push each other to you know, to grow this shit, because it's a lot of goddamn fun, man.
It is.
When you get good people on that you're comfortable talking to and they're comfortable just shooting the shit, man. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's really interesting, sometimes it's like real deep thinking, but it's just a lot of fun. I love a good conversation.
Oh, it is. We need to get you on an episode with Tommy, that on my podcast with Let's Talk Horses with Tommy.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to. I love doing, and it's weird since I've been doing this. Like, I just rolled over the 4-year mark on mine. So been at it for a little while now, and so it's kind of strange going on somebody else's podcast at this point because I'm just so used to having everybody on mine, and I love going every time I do somebody else's, but it's just it's not as natural as it is having somebody on mine, just because it's like second nature now. I was the only one doing it for so long in the cowboy world.
Yeah, and like coming on yours, it's just normal, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like coming onto your show, it's just normal because I think it was one of the first shows I did. The first show I did with you, shit, I only had maybe 2 or 3 episodes out.
Yeah, it was pretty early on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I try to make everybody comfortable. Like if I invite somebody on, it's because I actually want to talk to them, and it's not like there's times people will throw out people that I should talk to, and I always look into those, but I only reach out to them if I think they're interesting. So like every time I have somebody on, it's because I truly want to talk to them, and so I want to make sure that the conversation's good. Like, you know, even if like say somebody has some controversial opinions on a topic or whatever, like I'm not gonna immediately jump into that. We'll get there if we get there, but I don't know. I want to, if they're interesting, I want to talk, and let's see where the conversation goes. That's how I've always kind of done mine. You know, like there's very few times where I have like a set topic in mind. You know, like if I have an author on, you know, obviously we're going to talk about their book, but like these, just about everybody else would be like, no, they seem interesting. Like let's shoot the shit.
Yeah, that's how mine go, right? It's just something that they did caught my eye. Let's go for it. Let's just bullshit and see where it goes.
Yeah, and and you know, I call myself the podcast for the working cowboy, and man, there's a lot of shows that I do that are not at all cowboy related, but I think guys that are riding a horseback that listen to this show might find it interesting, so I'm going to talk about it anyways. Like, you don't have to. There's a world of topics you can talk within the cowboy world, but every now and then you're like, hey, I don't know, I think my people might want to hear what this guy has to say. Let's see what she has to say, you know. And
yeah, well, something different like is always good, right? Here's something different.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I love talking horses and cattle, even that gets old after a while. You know, you wanna hear something cool, maybe something you ain't ever seen before, something you ain't ever done. And I will say it's a little tough to find a line of work that's as exciting as cowboying for a living. You got the military guys, obviously, but you know, that's we got a lot of the same mindsets and character traits as military people, but we have the distinct advantage that cows don't shoot at us. So
that is handy.
It's pretty nice. So,
yeah,
but other than that, I see a lot of crossover with the way of thinking with military and military guys and cowboys. But you know, outside of that, you got to be pretty hard pressed to find a more exciting line of work than just your everyday cowboy. Like, there's a lot of boredom that comes along with it, but at any moment that shit could turn south and get real western
very quick.
Yeah, like just a snap of the fingers, and all of a sudden you're like, oh fuck, I might die here in a couple minutes. I don't know.
Yeah, now it's entertaining.
Yeah. And then you're also like, thank God these cows are not shooting at me, because it's already tough enough.
Yeah. I'm already trying to stay alive. I don't need bullets flying around to, you know.
Yeah. The coolest thing, you know, like, so we both talked to Jake Zilke, Lost Cowboy, and some of the coolest parts of his book and just talking to him is not even the cowboying part. It's just like how, because we can all relate to that guy. We're all in that same part of the world where the Western US, Western Canada, like that, the mindset's very, very much the same. Particularly in the cowboy world. Like that's, like we're all, you can relate with that guy very much so. Until he's talking about riding a plastic saddle in South Africa and amazed at how good a horseman these guys are riding plastic saddles, And,
Yeah.
and you're just like, fuck around, man. We don't know shit about the rest of the world.
Oh, exactly.
We don't know a goddamn thing.
Even like just talking to him, like when I talk to him, right? Just going to like to them guys that run with the reindeer. Even just getting there.
Yeah. Just the whole process of getting there where you land in the only city in that entire country, because the rest of it's just like, it's the Wild West, but it has been for like, 15,000 years or whatever.
Yeah, and you land in the only city in that country, and then you jump in somebody's vehicle and drive for 3 days on a whim, just hoping they're gonna be there.
Yeah, hoping you have enough money to buy a horse so you can get to the next place. So you can go meet these reindeer people, and it just so happens that you're skinny enough from all the traveling that you can actually ride one of these fuckers.
Yeah.
Because much bigger than he was, and it doesn't work. They're not stout enough. The Mongolians are apparently not big people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I tried to do that, I'd be fucked because I'm not going anywhere without beer.
Right. Yeah. I mean, reindeer ain't gonna cut it. It'd be cool to make a little trip around the arena or whatever, just to say you've done it. But yeah, give me a horse.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got reindeer up there in Canada? Or is it just caribou?
We got caribou, but there's no reindeer that I know of.
Huh. Does anybody ride caribou up? Did the natives ride any caribou up that way?
I mean, it's probably been done, but I haven't heard about it.
Yeah, I had never heard of that until until reading that, or talking to him and then reading the book. I'd never heard about anybody riding reindeer. I honestly didn't know that was a thing, and then it turns out those are the last people that do it. And it's wild.
Yeah, it is.
He almost died a couple times too, so there's no way I could do that anymore. I got a wife and kids, so that's kind of out of the that's out of the situation. You'd be all right. Yeah, I wish. I'd love to, but man, yeah, my wife would not allow that shit.
Well, don't tell her. Just go ahead and do it, and just be like, oh, by the way, you know, I'm wherever going to ride reindeer. You'll understand.
Yeah, I'm in Mongolia. I hope you're there when I get back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool though. He said that just hands down the best horseman he's ever seen in his life. Those freaking Mongolians, but they just live with horses all the time, and they just kind of survive. They don't actually do anything except roam and keep their horses alive so they can keep on going, and maybe do a little bit of trading here and there, but they don't have a job. They just live.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It is.
That's really wild. Anyways, yeah, it's that I hope that guy sells a lot of books. That was a really, really good read, and I don't know. I kind of hope a bunch of young fellas with with a bunch of piss and vinegar go out and try to do something like that and have some cool stories when they come back, you know?
Yeah. Well, I hope he does it again and he writes another book, right?
Hell yeah. I mean, like go to the 6 continents again, but just go to different places, you know?
Yeah.
Head to Peru instead of Argentina, and then, you know, go to like Vietnam instead of Mongolia, you know, and just do Spain instead of Sweden, you know, go ride with some of like the old Spaniard, like the formal horsemen over there, you know, like the true bridle bit horses over there.
Yeah. I
That'd be
think I
cool as
got
shit.
him convinced to come up here. I've been working on him. I talked to him quite a bit, and I've been working on him to get him to come up here this summer and ride with me.
Hell yeah. That'd be awesome. He's trying to do some like some photography and video stuff now, so that'd be cool. I'd like to see what he does.
Yeah, like I told him, I said, you know, we're nothing to take pictures or videos or anything like that, but it'll be fucking entertaining.
Yeah. No, that's cool. He's got a good writing style too. Like it's a really easy read for him, and on that book, and I don't know, I blew through it pretty quick, and you know, and I actually had to physically read it. It's not on audiobook, so I it took me a little bit longer than an audiobook, but I got through it in a couple weeks, and it was easy read, but entertaining as shit, man. I
Oh, he
enjoyed
is.
it. Yeah, there's cool people like that out there, and I like to talk to them. You know, like I've had some really interesting people on this show, and you know, just like the crazier the story, like I want to hear it, and I don't want to hear just like the crazy shit, but like what led up to it, what made you do the crazy shit, and then how, you know, it's a good story is a good story.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. Who's your favorite guest so far?
Oh man. It really comes down to two people with me. And I'm not gonna name names, but when I talk about them, you'll know who I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
You know, one's really pushed my horsemanship level, like, you know, taking it from down here and then up to here.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Really pushed like philosophy and, you know, just asking questions, and not just asking questions where it's just your basic horsemanship questions, like really getting deep into horsemanship.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he is one of my favorites I've had on, and he repeatedly comes onto my podcast. And the other one is very similar to him, but in a different way. He's really pushed me to branch out in my cowboying career, right? Like there isn't one way to do things, like do something different.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. I as far as like cowboys go, like sure enough cow hands, you know, Scott Hall has been a like one of my favorite guests. He's been on I don't know how many times, but we got to be pretty good buddies, and he's just he's a hell of a silver engraver. Also, I mean, like he's a like a master engraver, but he's very much he's a spade bit man, you know, buckaroo style cowboy, and just a hell of a storyteller. Like I love talking horses and cattle with that guy. He just and he's got a great like deep rich voice, and so he's a good to listen to as well. Like you should have him on. I'll give you his number. You'd like to talk to him.
I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, he's he's got a great, like, just a radio voice, you know, like he's one like you can just like, you know, you kind of cock your head when he's talking and listen, you know, like even if you can't see him, he's got a great voice for a podcast. And he's just a cool guy. He's been around quite a bit, done some wild, crazy shit, and he's a pretty good horseman. I enjoyed talking to. I always enjoyed talking to him. He's one of those guys where if I don't have an hour to burn, I don't answer his phone call because I know it's going to be at least an hour. So like I'll ignore a call from Scott because I know I don't have time to talk. Like I'll call him back when I got an hour, hour minimum. And he's been really cool. I've interviewed my dad several times. That's always cool. My dad's interesting as shit, so he's always a fun time to talk to. And then you know, I've had a lot of really good episodes where it's just a bunch of working guys shooting the shit, swapping war stories, and like we go down a rabbit hole or whatever, and just the conversation goes where it goes, and those are my favorites. It just the best ones where you don't have a topic and you just like see where everything goes. Just shoot the shit.
Yeah, they are the best.
Yeah, try to make everybody laugh. That's the best part, when everybody's trying to make each other laugh.
Yeah, I think for guys that I've had on that make everybody laugh or is just like an all-around good time on the podcast, I'd have to say on mine would be Brad Randall.
Oh yeah, I haven't had him on. I'll have to reach out to him and have him on mine. I haven't had him yet. Dakota Robinson, I haven't had him on in a while, but he's one that's always pretty damn funny. Casey Howell is always a good time. You never know where that guy's gonna be when he's on the podcast. Like he was driving back from Texas, and we finally had to just mute his microphone because we couldn't hear over the top of the diesel. And but like he was you never know where he's gonna be, and he's got some wild stories because he's a wild man. It's kind of a wonder that dude's still alive, but he keeps lucking out and he's still going. So, yeah, there's a handful of guys that are they're funny as hell, you know, and the funniest ones are hard to nail down though. Like like you'd like to get them on as much as possible, but they're, you know, kind of few and far between.
They are.
Dan Hartman's another one that's like he's hard to nail down, but man, when he's on the show, it's awesome. I love talking to that guy.
Yeah, I've tried to get him on a few times on mine, but it's just kind of like life gets in the way, right?
Yeah, don't take it personal. He's a tough one to nail down. I've learned over the like he's real quick to text you back if he likes you, but like it's either he's busy or he's not in service, because he's still a fucking wild man that lives out in the middle of nowhere. So
yeah, a guy I'm trying to get nailed down. I got his number, and it's just like getting time right. He's really, really busy guy, but I'm working on getting Derek Mont nailed down to do one.
That's another one. Good luck on getting him nailed down. But if he said he'll do it, he'll do it. Like that guy's good. His word is good. But like I said, good luck getting him nailed down. It'll happen, but who knows when? That's a busy motherfucker.
Very.
Yeah, he spent a week in Georgia here just this past week, I think. I don't know. I saw it on Facebook. His kid was riding, and I don't know it was a national rodeo, but I don't know. His kid's pretty young, so I don't know. It wasn't, but might have been Little Britches. I don't think I think Little Britch is still in Colorado, but I don't know. Either way, he was at a big rodeo down there for the last week or so. Yeah, that guy's hard to nail down, but if he said he'll do it, he'll do it.
Yeah, it's just finding the time, right? Making the time.
Yeah, it really is. That's the hardest thing about being a cowboy podcaster is like schedules don't mean shit. You know, like I have my own schedule, but my schedule doesn't mean dick to anybody else. You know, like we all have our own schedule.
I mean, you're working an outfit, running a job. So am I. And you plan something, and at 3:00 that afternoon, things change, and you're like, well, shit. I really don't got time to do this now.
Or your guest has the same thing happen because he's also in the same boat. And those guys will apologize all day long about it. And they're like, it's not a big deal. I get it. But they've always been super apologetic when they've had to back out. But that shit happens all the time. And then you're like, fuck. And so if you're trying to stay on the schedule, then you're like, all of a sudden my episode for tomorrow is gone. Fuck. What am I better put some shit together or just skip it all skip it.
Or you're halfway through one, you're like, half an hour into one, and then the guy's like, I gotta go, I got cows out.
Yeah, I've had that too.
Yeah, gotta go, bye.
Yeah. Oh. And and you're just like, well, all right, well, move your ass. We're burning daylight, I guess.
Yeah, you better get going.
Yeah, and you're just like, well, all right, well, that was good while it lasted, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that. Or I've had like my computer crash on me a couple times. It's it's tough because all the people that I want to talk to don't live anywhere close to me, and they don't want to they don't want to go live in a city in any more than I do. So you're like, hopefully they can get some internet connection so I can talk to this fucker, or maybe I'll have a chance to go visit them, but they're way the fuck away. So it's it's kind of a blessing and a curse with this technology. You can get a hold of people, kinda.
Oh yeah, exactly, right. You can get a hold of them, but life gets in the way of getting a hold of them.
Yeah, exactly. Or I mean, you can get a hold of them, but maybe not when you want to.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got this nonviolent equestrians page pulled up. I thought we could scroll through there and see what we can make fun of. So this is a big discussion here, and I'm not exactly sure what for. So she says, you just gotta love contra freeloading. This is one reason why it's possible to use food without coercion. There's lots of food in the rubber dish. There's a whole bunch in the bucket. I'm using the food from the bucket to fill my training pouch with. This bucket is real interesting as long as I'm holding it, be at the moment I put it down and walk away, waiting for him to engage, he loses interest in it. He could keep eating from the bucket. He could eat from the dish. I always let him eat from it if he chooses to, and many times he does for a bit, and sometimes he does go to eating from the dish for a little during training, but pretty much always eventually comes to check out what happens when he engages with my request. Usually if he doesn't, there's a good reason why, and yes, we do have very successful sessions in this manner. I don't know what any of that means.
Yeah.
So with a bucket of grain. And there's a pan of like one of those rubber pans on the ground. It looks like the horse is responding to feed.
Yeah, the horse is just responding to feed and treat.
She's got, I'm guessing it's sweet feed. And so he ate from the bucket and then from the pan, and then back from the bucket while she was holding it. And then apparently she put feed in her pockets, and then he came. I don't know what she was trying to prove though. I don't know. But then the comment section is where, so we got this guy, Hollister Hunt, said, but where is the relationship to the human other than the human as a food source? You walked away and he didn't follow until there was food again. Like, well, that's a horse.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want a horse to follow you, like, get a bucket of grain.
Right.
And so, I mean, I don't know. But then there was 56 replies to that. Can you explain by what you mean there was food again? He has food in the bucket, and I always have food on me. I didn't have food in my hand to lure him. Also, the relationship is built outside of training, too, and over many, many months and years. It starts with building a positive association with the human via food, scratches, and enjoyable and force-free training. Force-free training. That's lovely.
That's the kicker right there.
Yeah, that's the foundation, and then grows through quality time together, mutual experience, building trust, blah, blah, blah. Please keep in mind that this is just a 60-second clip meant to show how we can keep food and training with food non-coercive. If I wanted to showcase relationship, I'd post something like this. Apologize for the music. I don't have the original. Okay, well, let's see what this is all about.
But easy ain't worth singing about. Hey, I know time goes slow, but it's always running out. Here's a simple song, won't stop the rain from coming down, or your heart from breaking. It's not been easy, but easy ain't worth singing about.
I would laugh so hard at that buckskin.
Hey, I know, time goes slow, but it's always running out.
That's something right there. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Here's a simple song, won't stop the rain from coming down, or your heart from breaking.
Use their horses. Like they don't work.
Here's a simple song.
They have pets.
Never gonna turn and stay around.
You ever notice that like the most vocal horse people are
It's just a simple
either
song.
single moms or like
Nothing but
50-year-old ladies that are like their kids have just flown the coop and they're home alone for the first time.
Yeah.
That's yeah. They're just like women without kids to take care of anymore, so they just or they never had kids in the first place, so they just replace that with a horse.
Yeah, but a horse is gonna be way worse than a fucking kid. I mean,
I know.
At least a kid, when he does something, if he tries to hit you or do something, it doesn't hurt that bad. Like a horse will fuck you up.
I know, and like you can knock a kid out if you hit him hard enough. You're not going to knock a horse out without a like some sort of pipe or shovel or
Yeah, to knock a horse out, you are really gonna have to work at it.
It's tough because you got to hit him in the right spot, and that right spot is usually right behind their front feet, and they're trying to bash your head in with those front feet.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know, man. These I don't understand this mentality where, I mean, it really is like they just like, why don't you have a baby and take care of that, and instead of like trying to just police the internet of bad horsemen and quote bad horsemen, and their view of a bad horseman is anybody who has a bit or spurs on.
Wow, their view of a bad horseman is anything that somebody does different than they do, right?
Well, but in particular, this one, like, non-violent. So you got to have, it's got to be bitless, and you got to have no spurs, because those are violent tools, and they're non-violent equestrians. Yeah, so it's like a bunch of side pulls and shitty behaving horses is what I've gathered so far.
And really, are these shitty behaving horses, or are they just taught to be that way?
Well, they're shitty behaving because they've been allowed to be.
Yeah, exactly. So they've been taught to be shitty.
Yeah. There was. Okay, so then these are the type of people that we're dealing with. I mean, they're hobby horse people. That's what they are.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They don't work with horses. All of ours are rescues. It's been a road and continues to be. This is how we do things.
Don't have treats. I don't have a halter. I don't have any demands. Hi. Hi, Dooney. Can I come and see you? You stopped chewing and the ears went down. What's that? Does that mean yes or no? I'm kind of a stupid illiterate. Can I come and see you? You're pretty and beautiful. Look at that pretty sky. Goodness. Nope, she says, no, you cannot. All right, well then. I guess I won't.
Oh.
It was an invitation. I extended the olive branch. She's busy, and she's not really a great big fan of people. I don't blame you, Junie. Run away. Good girl. The most beautifulest, preciousest, favoriteest black draft horse we got. Junie, she didn't want company. I get it. I respect it.
That horse wasn't even really trying to get away. Like, if you'd have walked real quick about 3 steps and made her turn back towards you, I bet you could have caught her.
Yeah.
I mean, like, but let's, yeah. I bet she's like 55, got a daughter that's like 23, and nothing else at home, so she's got a baby this horse.
Yeah. Let alone a rescue horse.
Rescue horse. And you know, like, if they don't want to come to me, that's fine. That's their life to live. We're just in it. We're just in it. Like, motherfucker, we're at the top of the food chain. We got here by doing some awful shit. But hey, it's pretty good here at the top. Let's maintain it. All right. Yeah. These animals are here for our use. Let's not abuse them, but let's use them accordingly.
Yeah. When I walk into your presence, you better know about it.
Yeah, face the fuck up. All right. And unless you're in a cavy getting roped out for the morning, face the fuck up, because I'm putting the halter on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck all that nonsense. Thomas's first water excursion. He leaped higher than I'd ever seen for his first entry. I love training horses. I love their silent language, curious minds, desire for partnership, senses of humor, capacity for forgiveness and / trust, and their unique personalities. Partnership and trust is priority. Engagement of their mind and curiosity is the key to change. Clear, concise, fair boundaries and asks. I love that I don't have all the answers because ultimately the horse will tell me. Trying new methods or techniques, then listening for the horse to tell me if it's working for them. Fuck that.
Yeah, that's a big hard no.
I don't work for that horse.
No, he works for me.
Right. I will take it as gentle as I can, but at some point we got a job to fucking do. You know?
Yeah.
Bail off in the middle of it and let's see what happens. You know, and
Yeah.
the ones that freak the fuck out, well, all right, let's ship them down the road. But the ones that kind of keep their mind about them, all right, let's work with that one. That's going to be a good horse.
Oh, exactly.
I mean, you try to prepare them as much as you can, but eventually the world happens and you just kind of got to let it happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. These guys are just fucking clueless, honestly. Just absolutely clueless.
Well, I mean, they make horsemanship and they make horses look dumb.
Yeah. Well, it's like the Disney effect where everything is your friend. No, it takes a while for a horse to be your friend. It takes a pretty good while if you're actually riding a horse for it to be your friend.
Yeah.
And even then, that horse sees something there where they decide, you know what? Nope, I ain't about it, and they will still leave your fucking ass.
Yeah, without thinking twice about it.
Yeah. There was a great Owen Ulf quote. He wrote The Leather Throne. He said, "If horses could talk, they would lie." And
Oh yeah.
You know, I don't think he's wrong.
I don't think he's wrong one bit.
Not even a little bit. Horse leasing, positives and negatives.
Oh boy.
I've been riding and leasing horses for almost 15 years. Now I'm doing a school business project, how to improve the horse leasing community. No comments. Thank God. I really didn't want to read through those. Here we go. Proud of my giant baby. She's still luring him in with treats.
Yeah, good boy. Well done. Good job.
Yeah, just creating problems.
Yeah, so basically, if you can throw treats at it, you're training a horse.
I think so. I think that's what Ray Hunt would have said back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like that was his number one tool was throw treats at him.
Yeah, just give it treats. It'll be okay. It won't kill you.
Never will anything bad happen. Oh, this chick here. Let's see. I bet we can. She's got some doozies. She's very quick to bitch at the rodeo community. Let's see. All right. I'd like your input here. I'm no expert, but I see an unbalanced horse with no top line and a problematic neck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not a very sound horse at all.
Not at all.
So she's not wrong there.
Oh boy. 2-2 though.
Well, he moves better than I thought he would, but huh. 2-year-old. Oh, so this is somebody offering for sale. So she's sharing people's for sale posts. What are they asking for this sucker? 2,000. I wouldn't give it.
No, I might give you $1,000.
Tops.
Yeah, that's on the high end.
Yeah. I don't know. You might be able to do a little bit of corrective shoeing and treat them, get them walking a little bit straighter. But I mean, yeah, that's a
horse like that. Anybody that's in our line of work can step on a horse like that and not get killed and just go out, and you can get a job done, right? That horse doesn't want to be bad.
No, but he's gonna be crippled before too long. And
oh yeah,
like you could coax him along and probably make a decent horse out of it, but I mean he's not gonna be he's not all that sound.
No, by 9 or 10, that horse is crippled.
Yeah, I mean he's not the worst I've ever seen, and you might be able to straighten him up a little bit with some corrective shoeing, but he's that's not one you can go camp on for a week.
Camp on that one for a week? You couldn't even camp on that one. I'm gonna say like 3
not
days.
A hard day
tops.
even. Yeah, you couldn't even go a real hard day on him before he's crippled. But he's also one of the types that would recover fast, but you'd only be able to ride him like a day at a time.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is one she I enjoyed. She said, I hate this sport. It's so hard on the horse's mouth, and the riders use such harsh equipment. The horses always look miserable and in pain, being yanked on and jabbed with spurs. So sad to see this crap celebrated as horsemanship. Like, and then she went and posted like a whole bunch of pictures of particularly heel horses with their mouth gapped, and it's like I don't know, man. That looks pretty good to me. The horse is sitting down.
Yeah.
I don't see him gapped in the mouth a bunch. Like, seems like the reins, like she's not yanking on the reins either. She's
no, he's not gapped. He's getting set to stop it.
Yeah, I mean that's a good picture. I guess that was somebody else that used it for comparison, and that all right. So she used this one. I mean, the mouth is gapped a little bit, but he's also not really hauling on the reins either. They're tight, but they're not. Look where his hands are.
Like, yeah, he's not reefing on that horse at all.
No, it's that's more of a motion of his coils than it is of the reins itself.
Yeah.
And look at how that horse is sitting down already. I mean, I don't know. Is it cruel? I don't think a bit. I don't think it's a bit cruel.
I look at that, and I mean, you can pick it apart for what it is, right?
Yeah.
you know, that's a horse going to do his job. He wouldn't be setting down like that if he didn't want to do his job, right?
Right. Well, and if they didn't want to go chase steers, they wouldn't do it. Like they would be slow, and then they'd get passed down the line. Like
Yeah.
that happens
And
all the freaking time. Like if you're roping steers for money and that's your living, your horse wants to do that.
yeah, and let's just be honest. With a lot of these rodeo horses, so many different people ride them.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna pick up habits.
Well, particularly the big name or like the big money winners, like they just rotate the same horse. Like steer wrestling in particular. They use the same Hazen horse for every fucking thing.
Yeah.
Everybody uses that Hazen horse. But like I said, it's horses that don't sit down like that get kicked down the line and they become a ranch horse or a kid's horse or something else, or they become glue. But it's horses like that make the corner and then just shut it the fuck down. Like,
yeah,
people pay big money for that.
Oh yeah.
And how do you know that horse isn't like using his tongue to brace off the top of his mouth to really sit down? You know, like those horses know leverage too.
Oh yeah, and that horse is gonna use himself. He's gonna set himself up to be successful, right?
Yeah. Like I always use the example of playing Mario Kart when we were kids. You know, like how many times did you grind your teeth and like turn your body when you were playing Mario Kart?
Yeah, all the time.
Same thing with a horse. You can see like when they tense up and when they know they're doing something, like you can feel like they have their certain way to go about it. Like they grit their teeth or you know, like that they each one's a little different, but
yeah,
it's the same way. Like I don't he's not trying to pull that horse's head off at all. Like
no, not one bit.
If he was, like his reins would be up here.
Yeah.
And they're level with his heel, his slack hand, and I don't know, that's a good horse. Happens to gap his mouth a little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do that, you know. Put a Cavison on them or a Bozalita, and that'll fix it pretty quick.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's I don't understand like the nitpicky from these bitches. They're just like there's nothing about this that is hurting you at all, and there's nothing about that that's hurting the horse. Like, what are you bitching about?
Yeah, and his mouth isn't even open that much.
No, not hardly at all, and he's like just getting ready to sit down too.
Yeah.
Like that horse got a good stop. What else did she put? Here's another one. It's always healers too. I guess she just doesn't like him to stop that hard. That one. Yeah, she's got a little bit of a point on that one. That guy is out of position. I don't know.
Yeah, he is out of position. His hands are pretty high, but you also have to look at what led up to that point, right? Was he out of time?
I don't think he was. I think it's just the point where he knows he's caught, and he's standing, like he's already standing up because he threw his loop, and he knows he's caught, so he's looking to sit down and really reach with his slack to. I don't know. It's a bad picture, I think.
That's what it is at the end of the day. It is a bad picture at a bad angle.
Yeah. And the horse's mouth, I mean, like if you just look at that, she's got a point, but it's out of context. And also, I mean, if this guy fell off the back of his horse, she's 100% right, because he looks out of position as fuck. But it could just be the picture. I don't know. He might just be a shitty roper. We don't know for sure. You know, like typically your full-time team ropers are not regarded as the best horsemen on earth.
No.
I mean, that might raise a few, like might get a few people a little pissed off, but it's true. Like nobody's ever accused the team rope in a community of being the best horseman.
Yeah. Well,
there's been a handful that were considered really good horsemen, but as the community, no, not at all.
Not one bit. I mean, right? You're there for a check.
Yeah. Yeah, and usually there is at least some level of horsemanship required to be a truly top level team roper, for sure. That, like, you have to be able to ride at least a little bit. You have to be able to show at least some bit of horsemanship. But more often than not, they can really fucking rope, and they've won a lot of money, so they can buy really good horses. So their horsemanship doesn't have to be the best.
No, you just win the money so you can buy.
Yeah, they use their talent and their skill to buy good horses. And I mean, how is that different than any other fucking facet of life, you know?
Well, it's no different, right? You always work your way up to buy the top.
Yep. And you can always take a picture like this. Like I don't know how this ended up. It may have happened where that horse came right over the top of him. It looks like he could, but probably not going to.
That horse isn't going to come over backwards on the guy.
No, I don't think so either. But like I said, we don't know. We don't know the context. It doesn't look like it, but more than likely that was just a bad timing on the picture taking. That was probably a good loop, and that horse is shutting it down pretty goddamn quick.
Yeah.
And I don't know, that's the world of thumb roping. You don't have to agree with it, but that is what it is.
That is the game.
Yeah. I don't know. It's I don't know when a violent equestrian encounters the police, they get told what kicking is. I don't know what this is, but I kind of want to watch it. Oh, it's way. Never mind. 9 minutes long. I know. I do enjoy this group a lot though, because it boggles my mind the type of people that are in the world.
Wow, if you ever have a bad day and you feel shitty about yourself, you can just bring this group up on Facebook and you're like, man, pretty good.
I highly recommend not, like, don't try to argue there. Just take it in for what it is.
Yeah.
You can start a podcast and just talk about it on your podcast like me and Tuffy do.
Yeah. Don't argue with them because you're not going to win.
No, like, point it out to your buddies how ridiculous this shit is and that people like this actually exist.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild, man.
You were forgotten. You
Special draft sale. It's a rescue deal. Yeah. You got Michelle. What was Sarah McLachlan? You get the Sarah McLachlan music in the background.
Oh man, that's what sells it.
An angel.
That's what sells it, man.
Oh yeah, fucking. You ever? I was getting ready to say you never see any men like in this group, but there are a few, but I think they're all gay. And
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's just like, it's all emotional, just emotional reactions to shit. Oh my God, the horse is in pain. No, he's not. No, he's fucking not.
No, not one bit. And when
Yeah.
if you're a guy on there putting that on there's one of three things happening, right? You're gay, you're trying to impress a woman,
Mhm.
or you're just a fucking retard.
Yeah. Yeah, you're either trying to get laid, but you're not confident enough to just go ask the woman out. You gotta try to like weasel your way into the friend zone, and then like hopefully she'll like throw a little spare puss your way every now and then, but probably not because you're a bitch. Yeah. That's other than that, it's like middle aged to it's like 35 to 55-year-old suburban white women and just bitching about whatever it is. Suburban white women, I think they're the root of all evil, if you ask me.
Oh, they are.
Like they cause all the problems. Like if we got rid of the middle-aged suburban white woman, like the world might live in harmony.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're never getting rid of that woman. She is around till the end of fucking time.
Let's face it, the middle-aged suburban white women are pretty fucking hot too. So I mean, like we don't want to get rid of them that bad, I guess. You know, they're still they're.
I mean, they're nice to look at, but they're batshit fucking crazy to live with.
Oh yeah, but as we know, we're all dudes, and when that pecker comes up, that all the like, what about her craziness? It doesn't matter. My dick's hard and she looks hot, so
yeah.
And well, I mean that's kind of the downfall of man, isn't it? If it wasn't for our goddamn dicks, we'd run everything, and the women would never have a say, never have a say whatsoever. But turns out pussy's kind of cool.
It is.
Yeah, turns out it's pretty all right.
Yeah. So why haven't we used that in wars yet?
They tried it back in the day, but then it just caused more wars, you know.
Yeah.
It's what wasn't the Trojan horse, like that was all over a queen that some dude stole. So
yeah.
Like, oh, we're gonna send 100,000 men to die for this one bitch that ran off with another king.
Yeah, well, if she ran off with another guy, dude, you're better off without her.
Right. I don't think maybe she was stolen. Either way, you're just like, if you're one of the 100,000 guys that just has to go storm the city walls, you're like, fuck, who are we fighting for again? God damn it.
Yeah.
She sounds like a bitch.
Oh, exactly. And I mean, at the end of the day, if she's not fighting to stay with you, she probably ain't worth keeping around.
It's true. That's true. Like the ones that want to, like the good ones will try to, they'll find a way to make it work, or if they don't, then you're like, maybe you're better off. There is something to be said about like the old you know, the nerdy Christian view of things. It's like, well, I mean, if you don't want all those problems, just keep it in your pants for a while. That'll just wait till you're married, and then that'll help a lot of things. Doesn't help all of it, but it at least saves you from having like 3 or 4 different families, which cowboys are not really known to do very well. They like to spread their seed around quite a bit.
Yeah, you show me most cowboys, I'll show you a divorced man.
For the most part, yeah. Yeah, there's pretty rampant. Like yeah, there's when you talk to those guys that like they've got to schedule their kids' weekend like 6 weeks in advance, because they gotta time it down to the hour, because they got 8 kids to go visit from 4 different ladies, and you're just like, fuck, man. you could have worn a condom one time, you know.
Yeah,
One
I
time.
know the guys like that.
I know. And they're usually the best hands too. That's the hell of it. Is like those are the handiest motherfuckers. You're just like, "Ah, you should probably never go to town ever.
Yeah.
Like when you go to town, bad things happen. When you're out, when you're cow boss, like that's your element, and don't stray from it. Like town does not treat you well. It comes with fights and drugs and booze and probably another kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you can't pay for.
Yeah.
You already can't pay for the previous 6. Yeah, it's isn't that funny how like some of the handiest, like truly handiest cowboys I've ever been around have been just like kind of deplorable people as far as human beings, like their only saving grace is they're like one hell of a cowboy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've known a bunch of those, and you're just like, you're getting married again. You didn't learn already.
Yeah, and they tell you the same story. You're getting married again. Oh, but she's the one. Where'd you meet her? Oh, I met her like 3 weeks ago in a bar. No.
Yeah. Yeah. I just found out about her 4th kid the other day.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have a real good relationship. I picked him up at Subway.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck, man? This is even worse than the last time you told me this, and that was only a year ago.
Yeah.
No wonder.
And the guys that ask you your advice, they really want your advice, and you tell them it, and they're like, nah.
No, they want you to tell them what they want to hear. And when you don't, then they just go to somebody else who will tell them what they want to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh fuck, you don't know what you're talking about. God damn it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yep. Oh no, she's not like that. I'm pretty sure she is.
She was with me. You're like,
yeah.
I can tell you different for sure. Well, she's changed. How much you want to bet on that?
Yeah. That is the hallmark line, right? Oh, she's changed. She's different now. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
When you have to convince yourself that line is right and she's changed, means you're doing something very fucking stupid.
Right. And it's so rampant nowadays with social media. Like there's so many Instagram sluts out there. And like it's a wonder that the women haven't taken over the world yet with the advent, like the rise of OnlyFans. Like, holy fuck, dude! Some of those bitches are like making like $1 million a month just by showing their butthole, and you're just like, if you women weren't so goddamn emotional, you would have taken over the world a long fucking time ago.
All right,
you have all the power. It's all about the pussy. That's what all the dudes want. They will do retarded things just to get a glimpse of your butthole.
Yeah, and that's like the guys that are out working, making good money. I mean, you talk to a cowboy. Like, you join my OnlyFans for $20 a month. You know how much beer I can buy with $20 a month? Or you know where else stupid I can spend that? Shit, I can go online and get that for free.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. But I mean, I don't know. Those bitches make some serious money, and you're like, I mean, honestly, it's pussy that runs the world because I mean, people pay for it repeatedly, have since the beginning of time.
Yeah, beginning of time.
That's why they call it the oldest profession is selling your puss for money. And guess what? You'll always have a job if you've always got a puss.
Yeah.
Wild. All right. Well, I'm gonna take a leak. Should we wrap it up for the main episode? Come back for a little Patreon bullshit.
Sounds good to me, brother.
All right. Sounds good. So yeah, we'll wrap it up. Tuffy's joining the Burnin Daylight Network. We'll talk some details, but I'll probably cross post a couple of his episodes here. And so he can let everybody know where to find him. That way we're like I said, we're just trying to make this all one big community and help each other out. And then, Justin will be joining us too. So Punchy Hunter, same thing. Go check him out. And yeah, anything else you want people to know, Tuffy?
Well, there's a Snapchat group getting open.
That's right. Tell me about it.
It's just a group for everybody that follows your podcast, mine, and Justin's. It's just a place for all of us to come together, do some trading, just do a bunch of cowboy shit, see guys out roping wild shit, stepping on a bad one, that kind of stuff.
Hell yeah.
What we all like to see. So.
Yeah. And we're going to call that the bunkhouse chat.
I really like the bunkhouse chat. I kind of come up with 2 other names that I kind of like too, but you never know.
But let's all right. Well, what do we got? Maybe we should put it to the audience.
Yeah, we should put this to the audience. Actually, that's really good. All
right.
When I was driving here to the feedlot to do the podcast where I have good service, I was listening to a song and it's called "The Professional Outsider." And I kind of took a really liking to that because that's how we are, right? We are the outside crew.
Yeah. Like it doesn't matter if you work with animals in this day and age, you are outside the norm.
Yeah.
Like far outside the norm.
Yeah.
And I like that. All right. So what's your other one?
And the other one when me and Justin kind of first come up with this idea of doing it. I was watching on YouTube that documentary called The Highly Exalted.
Okay.
I kind of thought that was cool too, because, that's how we are too, right? We are the highly exalted crowd.
I like that. And I'm also a little partial. But it's already taken because it's my podcast name. But like Burnin Daylight is the perfect, like that's the perfect like fuck around cowboy term. Is like we're burning daylight,
Yeah.
we're fucking around, and I like that. But I also like the highly exalted. I like them all. So, but this was your idea, so we'll give you final call on it, but I think we should put it to the audience. And if the audience
let's make a poll. The audience can decide.
And if the audience sucks, you get final call.
Sounds good.
All right. So we got the bunkhouse chat. We got highly exalted, and what was the other one?
The professional outsiders.
Professional outsiders. All right. So I'm gonna make a poll on Instagram, and I think I can run it for a week, maybe. If not, I'll just keep running it every day, and we'll see how it accumulates, and at the end, we'll take the results of the poll. If Tuffy likes it, that's what we'll use. If not, he'll say fuck you, and he'll choose one for his own self, and that's fine too.
Sounds good to me, man.
How is that something that somebody's able to join? Is it like an invite only, or how's that work?
This is an invite only. So if you want to be a part of this group, you have to reach out rather to me. I'm gonna make it so you have to rather reach out to me, Justin Stanford, or yourself, and say, hey, I need to be in this and why.
Perfect. I like that. All right. So my Snapchat is at Move Your Ass, MOVEYERASS. So yeah. And then Justin is, what is yours?
Tuffy G5.
Tuffy G5, and then Justin is I think I have him. I don't have him. Do you have him?
I don't have him yet. But I can get him real quick.
All right. Well, either way, find him on Snapchat or Facebook or wherever. It's just Justin Stafford, the Punchy Hunter, Tuffy or myself, and we'll get you. We haven't made it yet, but once we do, we'll make sure and get you added.
And all you have to do to get added is just give us a reason why you need to be a part of this, and prove that you are actually living the life, not living it on the weekends, but living it every day.
All right. I like that. I'm cool. Well, I look forward to seeing where this whole shit wagon ends up, here a couple years down the road. We're gonna make a run at it. We're gonna try to make sure that the world knows that us cowboys are still out here raising hell. And we're also, not only are we raising hell, we're pretty goddamn funny. We're and also pretty well-read people, interesting, fun to talk to, with great stories. So that's the cowboy life I know, and I hope, I want everybody else to know about it. I don't want everyone.
And if you need a good story, just feed us a bunch of beer. And at the end of the night, a great story will come out of it.
Somebody will come up with a banger, guaranteed. Yeah. It may not be me, it may not be Tuffy, but somebody will come up with a banger, guaranteed, every time.
Yep.
And so if that's not enough of a sell for you, I don't know what is. But go follow me on Patreon, patreon.com/burning-daylight. That's the best way right now, until we get our numbers way up, and even going forward, best way to support the show is patreon.com/burning-daylight. Tuffy has the After Hours show on Spotify, so go subscribe to that. Same thing. That's the best way to support the guy. And if not, get ready for some ads, because we're going into business. So we don't condone all the ads. I don't condone any of the ads, but hey, they bought space so they can say what the fuck they want. I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know what's going to be there, but please listen to it, because we get paid if you do. So anyways, Tuffy, it's been fun. We'll come back for a little bit here afterwards. So patreon.com/burning-daylight, and move your ass. We're burning daylight.
Your eyes up in the morning, beneath the stars so bright. Pull your hat down, make sure your cinch is tight. Horses kinda snuffy, cold chill up your spine. We'll get your ass moving, son, we're burning daylight. Burning daylight. Burning daylight. In the saddle till the job's done right. Just together, and you won't catch 'em all. But when you ride through the gate, make sure you sit up tall. I can see the horizon, it's looking pretty bright. Well, get your ass moving, son, we're burning daylight. Burning daylight. Burning daylight. In the saddle till the job's done right.